Hey folks, and welcome to CarStarz' 10 cool facts about Frank's 68 Fastback Mustang in the 1968 movie Bullitt. Fact number 1. There were two identical Highland Green 1968 Fastback GT Mustangs purchased for use in the film, both of which underwent a number of modifications to handle the aggressive stunt driving. One Mustang was the main hero car dialed in more for speed and handling, and the other was set up more for taking jumps, aka the jumper car. Fact number 2. There were a few subtle styling modifications made to the car that gave them that signature and somewhat more menacing Bullitt car appearance. Some of these modifications included blacking out the grille and trim, removing all the factory badges and emblems, as well as the installation of aftermarket American Racing torque thrust wheels with the inner spokes painted black. Fact number 3. Both Mustangs had the 390 Ci engine option, but since they needed them to be faster than stock to keep up with the more powerful Dodge Charger, there were a number of performance modifications made to the engines. Some of the engine upgrades included milling the heads, adding a racing carburetor, a performance electronic ignition system, and swapping the mufflers out with straight pipe. Fact number 4. There were also a number of upgrades to the chassis and drivetrain as well. The stock transmissions were switched out to beefier Borg-Warner T10s to have a bit more top end and durability. The shock mounts and cross beams were reinforced, Hellwig stabilizers added front and rear, heavy-duty Connie shocks all around, and heavy-duty coil springs were installed as well. Fact number 5. Steve McQueen and Bill Hickman was the driver of the 68 Charger, spent a lot of time practicing driving side-by-side at high speeds on closed racetracks so they would be sure that they could make the actual stunt driving for the chase scene in San Francisco perfect. Holding true to McQueen's strict realism requirements that he was known for, they performed a true driving spectacle that was intense, risky, and included many dangerous high-speed maneuvers. Speeds in excess of 130 miles per hour were reportedly reached during filming the latter half of the chase scene. Fact number 6. The Bullitt Mustang has become so famous that Ford has created special edition Bullitt GT Mustang models 3 different times so far. The first in 2001, the next in 2008, and then once again in 2019. Fact number 7. The once thought to have been scrapped and crushed jumper stunt car was actually rediscovered in a junkyard in Mexico's Baja region in 2017. Auto restoration shop owner Ralph Garcia Jr. unknowingly found it and bought the junk Mustang with the intentions of rebuilding it to create a replica of the 2000 Gone in 60 Seconds car. Fortunately discovered the significance of this Mustang before doing so and reportedly started restoration of the car back to its original state instead. Just this last week on the 17th, Ralph was a guest on the Steve Hall Mustang Owners podcast and gave an update on the Mustang's progress. He stated that the restoration is nearing completion and the car should be ready for public viewing towards the end of the year. They are also creating a documentary video on the restoration of the car. Ralph also mentioned that the reason the car has taken 6 years now to restore is because he and his team are doing an all-new old stock part restoration on the car. That of course meaning that getting any and all parts takes significantly longer to find than it would for a normal restoration. That would be quite a challenge for sure, but I'm personally very glad to hear that they chose to go that route myself, as that car certainly deserves to be reborn in this way considering the rough and short life it had. Fact number 8. The main hero Bullitt Mustang's whereabouts were unknown to the public for nearly 40 years after it was sold for a third time in 1974 for $6,000 to Robert Kierman, who kept it secluded in a garage for decades. Robert apparently wanted to keep his possession of the car as secret as possible and wouldn't let the car be shown or purchased by anyone else. He even turned down Steve McQueen himself when he reportedly requested to buy the car back via this received letter in December of 1977. Robert's son Sean bequeathed ownership of the Mustang in 2014 and restored the mechanical components of the car to get it drivable once again, but left the body and interior unrestored as a tribute to both his father and Steve McQueen. Fact number 9. The Hero Mustang had a brief period of touring by Sean and was put on display at locations such as the National Mall in D.C. and the LeMay America's Car Museum in Tacoma, Washington. Sean made the decision to sell the iconic partially restored Bullitt Mustang shortly after. Fact number 10. Sean put up this holy grail of a movie car for bid at a Mecum auction in 2020, where it sold for a record-shattering $3.74 million including auction fees to a private buyer. Well, there you have it folks. Thanks for watching and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw here. You guys are all great. See you next time.